Stationary waves means what we discussed. Suppose in a string, two waves traveling in opposite directions, okay, either reflected from one end or some other end, okay, traveling in opposite direction, and then combined with this superimpose, okay, that is superposed with each other. Then the formed wave is resultant wave, you will get like this now. Okay. In this case, I think yesterday we got for the progressive wave towards right, yesterday we got y1 is equals to a sine kx minus omega. I think you remember. And for the other wave reflected from the rigid boundary, y2 is equals to we got a sine kx plus omega t. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Am I right? When
Yes, sir.
combined resultant wave, I think we got here is equals to 2a sine
R cos theta.
sine kx,
R equal to 2a sin kx.
2a's r amplitude is here. This is the resultant wave equation. In that part here is called as amplitude. Okay, amplitude of resultant wave r is equals to 2a sine. Okay, this
Yes, sir.
yesterday we discussed this superposition of two waves. Superposition of these two waves. Okay, when is it called as a stationary wave? Okay, when two waves traveling in opposite direction combine like this and form the loops, then it is not called as stationary wave. Okay, that is superposed wave, the resultant wave, what we say. That's it. But it is called as stationary wave when, if you ask, stationary means suppose at an instant here one loop is formed, okay, whatever the changes occurring in the vibrations, if you are not able to visualize, means recognized by your brain those vibrations, then that is called as a stationary wave. Why? Because that loop is appeared as stationary at that point. All the times this loop is formed there only, we won't see the vibration of the particles. Okay, we won't see the vibrations, means it is appeared like a stationary part. That's why this wave is called a stationary wave. For that there is one condition. Generally for the human brain and eye, suppose you are seeing something, okay, that can be recognized by the brain if that picture won't be changed in a time less than or equal to 1 by 30 seconds now. Okay, it is very important. If suppose you are seeing the rotation of wings of the fan, okay, suppose in that rotation sometimes we can see the rotation of wing. If you increase the speed, you can't see the rotation of wing. We will see that like one disc is rotating in the rotation of fan, ceiling fan, generally. I think even you also observed that. Okay. Then if you question like, how am I able, not able to see the rotation of wings? Reason behind this, in that rotation, suppose at an instant one wing crossed this position, okay, the second wing comes to this position in a time less than 1 by 30 seconds, then the two wings of the three wing fan cannot be recognized. Okay, in the same way here also, while vibrating, suppose the second particle tries to vibrate at one position, okay, in a time less than 1 by 30 seconds, you can't see the vibrations of the particles. Just we see the formation of loop which is appeared like stationary. Okay, For that he is asking, if the time is less than or equal to 1 by 30 second, what will be the condition for angular velocity? Okay. Vibration to complete one, the time taken to complete one vibration means that is actually called as time period. Okay. So time period should be less than or equals to 1 by 30 second is supposed. Then you can't see the vibration. You can see the formation of stationary waves. Okay. The formation of stationary waves means suppose it is the time period, then time period is 2 pi by omega. Should be less than or equal to 1 by 30 second. Okay. 1 by 30 second means here you can say omega, if you take to the other hand, or else this is 60 pi is less than or equal to omega, means omega should be greater than or equal to 60 pi. This is the major condition. Okay, while writing this equation, when we come to numericals, here this omega in numericals must be greater than 60 pi to form the stationary waves. Okay, so even though in numericals they give suppose 30 pi, okay, here the omega should be greater than 60 pi nano. We should not take less than 60 pi, right? So in this case, suppose the omega, practically if I come back to the concept, my omega is greater than or equal to 60 pi. Then I can see not the I can't see the vibrations of the particles. I can see the formation of stationary loops here at all instants. Why? Because I'm not able to see the vibrations. Okay, every time it is up to like one loop, one loop, one loop here, like number of loops I can see. Okay. Then related to that concept, next point what he is asking, if the omega is according to greater than or equal to 60 pi, now the stationary waves are formed after superposing when the wave is reflected from the rigid boundary. Okay. Here they ask in the stationary wave what the things you observe. Okay. Here I observe on the string these particles here in a loop or in successive loops. These particles are appeared to be on the string, not vibrating up and down, appeared like. Means here I find the displacement along y-axis 0. Okay. Displacement means that maximum displacement along y-axis already we took here 2a sine kx. Okay. If that amplitude in the stationary wave means r is equals to 2a sine kx is equal to 0, no displacement, those points are called as, then they are called as nodes. It is the condition. So these points are called as nodes. Okay. And here if you see in the complete loop, here I am finding out the displacement is maximum. Okay. Means at the middle part of loops. So here at the middle parts of the loops, at these locations, here, there, like at the maximum displacement positions. Okay. The amplitude is maximum. Okay. Yesterday we took the condition, there is no transmission into the other medium. So total amplitude will be reflected. These are the conditions. Means while superposing to form the stationary waves, what we took when it is reflected from the rigid boundary, amplitudes are equal. The wave is propagating into the same medium, so velocities are equal. Okay, velocities are equal, entering into the same medium. Even though medium is changed, omega will be same frequency. Since v and omega are same, K1 should be equals to K2. Since K1 is equals to K2, K is 2 pi by lambda nana. Lambda 1 is equals to lambda. So everything same nana. Okay, amplitude same. Velocities of the two waves means the first wave traveling towards right, second wave traveling towards left. The amplitude same, velocity same, angular frequency same, propagation constant same, wavelength same. Everything same. Okay, why? Because there is no transmission into the other medium. Okay, in this case these points here are called as having the maximum amplitude, are called as antinodes. Okay, so at antinodes, if you ask this amplitude r is equals to 2a sine kx is suppose equals to plus or minus 2a. Okay, means actually we have to write a1 plus a2, but our condition is a1 is equals to a2. So a1 plus a2 becomes 2a. So plus or minus 2a, up or down. Okay, then those points are called as antinodes. So these are the basic concepts now to start from numerical. Okay, so these things are same. Fundamentally, omega should be greater than or equal to 65 in numericals. Okay, even though it is not given, we have to in mind, we have to recognize that not the question is not properly framed. Simple. Okay, and number 3, the resultant amplitude is suppose 0, they are called nodes, and resultant amplitude is plus or minus 2, they are called antinodes. Okay, these are the things. And here again, suppose in the string, okay, that is actually called as one wave. I think you know. Okay, one crest plus one trough is wave. After superposing, here it is appeared like this is one part only I am seeing now. Okay, length of one wave is actually called as wavelength. Till here it is lambda. Okay, in that lambda, how many loops are there? 2 loops. Am I right? 2 loops means here length of 2 loops I am finding out is equals to lambda. Then when we come to numericals, what they ask, find out to length of one loop. So simple. Therefore, length of one loop is equals to length of a loop equals to, this is of 2 loops now. One loop means lambda by 2. Okay, that is one more point you have to remember before starting the numericals. Okay, and try to remember at antinodes what is the amplitude, at nodes what is the amplitude. Okay, basic condition I think already you noted down. Okay, and here length of one loop means, observe there, this is one loop now. Okay, its length you told lambda by 2. Look at here, that lambda by 2 is unfortunately equal to the distance between two nodes. Actually, it is node, that is also node. So it is nothing but distance of two nodes. That's why in numericals, if they ask, find the length of, means distance between two successive nodes. Okay, node, next successive node. Between these two, the distance is how much? Same, you will get lambda by 2. Okay, and in the same way, if they ask distance between node and successive anti-node. Okay, successive anti-node equals to how much? Right? Then you can say, Nana, this is one loop, length is lambda by 2. He is asking distance between node and successive anti-node till here. Okay, that part I think you can say it is actually half of the length of one loop. half means in lambda by 2 half is lambda by 4. So the distance between node and successive antinode is lambda by 4. Okay. In the same way, if I ask what is the distance between two successive antinodes, okay, this one will you say what will be the distance between two successive antinodes?
Lambda by 2, sir.
Ah, very good. Very. That is lambda by 2. Right. So lambda by 2 is actually length of one loop, distance between two successive nodes, distance between two successive antinodes. Okay, right. And one more thing, Nana. Here suppose this is one string, okay, fixed between two supports, and here in that case, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 loops are formed. Assume that. Okay. 4 loops are formed means how many nodes and how many antinodes are formed? If I ask. Okay. Here you
5 nodes, sir.
good. So if
5 nodes, 5 antinodes.
4 loops means 5 nodes, correct?
10, sir, then.
Observe.
10.
No. Antinodes. These
4, sir, 4.
right. 4 loops means here 5 nodes and 4 antinodes. So in exam, if I ask, there are n loops. In the case of string,
Nodes equal to n plus 1 and antinodes equal to n.
right. N loops means n nodes are formed, and n plus 1 nodes are formed, and n antinodes are formed. Yeah, you are right. Okay, provided the string is stretched between two supports, rigid supports. Okay, why I am saying everything between two rigid supports? Because at the two ends we are considering the nodes. Nodes means at the two ends, the two supports where the wave is reflecting should be here rigid. Okay, then only the wave can't propagate into the other medium and reflected as the trough as crust as trough. Okay, this is the case, Nana. So that string is of length 60 centimeters. Okay, which is assumed like stretched between two supports, rigid supports. Now, suppose the stationary wave is formed. Means according to my condition, omega should be greater than 60 pi. Okay, I am not violating my rule. So, I am giving, after forming the stationary wave, the displacement of wave is 4 sine here pi x by 50 into cos 96 pi t I am taking. This is the displacement what he gave in the numerator. Okay, and here y is equals to 4 sine means it is exactly what we did in that form only. Y is equals to in the form of 2a sine kx cos omega t, where omega is 96 pi, which is greater than 60 pi. So happy. Okay, it is exactly the means whatever the wave formed in the string is the stationary wave only. Okay. Now the questions are, first question, suppose if I ask, what is the amplitude of a particle in the wave, okay, at a distance of x is equals to 5 centimeters from the left end? Means I am taking here x is equals to 0, there I am taking x is equals to 60 centimeters. Whereas here y equation what he gave, it is also in centimeters. At x is equals to 5 centimeters, what will be the amplitude? Okay, first question, Nana. So at x is equals to 5 centimeters, he is asking what is the amplitude, r is equals to how much? If you use this equation, whereas 2a sine kx is nothing but 4 sine pi x by 50. This is the amplitude for the given question. He is asking at x what? 5. So substitute, you will get the answer. This is 4 sine pi by 15 into x is how much, Nana? 5. So 5 3s are 4 sine pi by
2√3, sir.
right. You will get the answer is 2√3 centimeters. Very good. Your answer is correct. Okay. In the given wave, suppose here the standing waves means stationary waves. So standing wave or stationary wave is formed in the stretched string. Then find the distances from the left end where the nodes and antinodes are formed. Okay, means here at what distance the node is formed. Excuse me. At what distance the node is formed? At what the other distance the antinode is formed? Okay. For that, I think previously I gave one condition. Okay. I think you remembered. When r is equals to plus or minus 2a, then the amplitude is maximum. It is the condition for antinode. And when r is equals to 0, then it is the condition for node. Just now only we discussed these 2 points. So at what positions the amplitude is maximum, we are going to find out. Okay. Our r is equals to, according to here, the formula is what? 2a sine kx. Okay. So 2a sine kx should be equals to here plus or minus 2a to identify the positions of antinodes. Okay. So to identify the positions is from here at what distance, the x values I have to find out. Okay, Nana? That one you see here, 2a get cancelled. This is sine kx is equals to, I am getting plus or minus 1. Plus or minus 1 means kx values should be pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, so on. Okay. So theoretically, it is appear like kx is equals to 2n minus 1 into pi by 2. Okay. This is the story, Nana. For what? To find out the locations of antinodes. Okay. Okay. So here, after getting the condition for antinode, first of all, we are writing k is equals to pi by 15. Coming to the problem, pi by 15 into x is equals to, we are writing 2n minus 1 into pi by 2. So pi cancel, Nana. I am getting x is equals to here, this is 2n minus 1 by 2 into 15. Okay. So at what locations the antinodes are formed? He asked. So one by one we are seeing. In the case of 2n minus 1, n starts with 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma so on. So one by one we are substituting. X is equals to, first if I put n is equals to 1, I will get half now. Half into 15 is 15 by 2, which is 7.5. Okay, one position. Number 2, second position where we see the antinode. I put 2 Nana. Then you will get 2n minus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 into 15. In the same way, x3 is equals to 5 by 2 into 15. Likewise, we will get Nana. Okay. Nothing but here you will get 7.5 into 3, 7.5 into 5, so on. 7.5 into 3 is 3 5s are 15, 21. 22.5 you will get Nana, second one. Okay. Multiplying with 5. 5 5s are 25, 35, 37. You will get 37.5. And x4 fourth position 7 by 2 into 15. Okay, means multiply with 7. 7 5s are 35 and 7 7s are 49, 52. 52.5. Okay, and the fifth one, I don't know is it possible or not. Why? Because total length is 60 centimeters only. Now I got a till 52.5 centimeters. Okay. Next one, actually I have to write 9 by 2 into 15 now. 9 by 2 into 15 means 9 5s are 45, 9 7s are 63, 67. 67.
Not possible, sir.
Yes, not possible. So here, how many antinodes are formed? Totally, four antinodes are formed. 4 antinodes are formed from the left end. At what distances I calculated here? These are the distances. Okay. So from the previous knowledge, can we say 4 antinodes means 4 loops are
equal to 5, sir.
Nodes 5. How many loops are formed?
4, sir.
Right. So it is vibrating with 4 loops here. Yeah. So you can draw the sketch now here for this with 4 loops. Like this. Of course, neatly you can draw. Just roughly I drew that. Okay. That is 4 loops. Next to the condition, try to remember, Nana. In another problems, you can use it as a straight away. Okay. Condition for antinodes is kx is equals to odd numbers of pi.
2n minus 1 into pi by 2.
Yeah, try to remember. Okay. And the next one, what I asked here to you?
R equal to 0 for nodes.
Yes. R is equals to 0 for the nodes. R means
sin kx equal to 0, kx equal to 0, pi, 2 pi, and so on, sir.
0, I think even pi also.
Yes, sir. 0 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and so on.
Means n pi, where n starts with 0, 1, 2, 3.
0, 1, 2, 3. X equal to 15n.
Yeah. So kx is equals to, already you solved something. Right, good. You substituted the k value there. Pi x by 15 is equals to n pi. And you are saying that x is equals to 15. Right, good. Very good.
N equal to 1, x equal to 15, n equal to 2, 30, 45.
You forgot n is equals to 0.
Yes, sir.
N is equals to 0 means x is equals to 0.
0.
Right. So second one?
N equal to 1, 15.
Third one?
30.
Fourth one?
45.
And fifth one?
60.
I think over.
Yes, sir.
As previously you agreed, there are 4 antinodes means 5 nodes are formed and 4 loops are formed. Okay. So these are the distances of what? Nodes and antinodes. Okay. Over. And here if I ask what will be the wavelength in this case? You can do in 2 waves, Nana. Either from k is equals to, we got pi by 15, sir. K is 2 pi by
lambda equal to 2 pi by omega, sir.
No need, Nana. K is equals to 2 pi by 15. No, I am asking only wavelength. Wavelength means k, I write it here as 2 pi by lambda. That is equals to pi by 15. So lambda is equals to 30. This is one procedure. What I am telling. Okay, if they ask, you can write the wavelength.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or another way, distance between any 2 successive nodes or antinodes here, between any 2 successive, observe distance between these 2 is exactly 15. 22.5 minus 7.5. 37.5 minus 22.5 is 50. So distance between any 2 successive antinodes or nodes here 30 minus 15 is also 15, in the here also 15, 15 you will get. The distance between any two successive antinodes or nodes, I gave one formula to you. That distance between node
Lambda by 4. Lambda by 4.
lambda by 2.
So, lambda by 2.
Node and antinode you are
Antinode is lambda by 4. Sorry, sir.
yeah, right. So that already I found here 50. Okay. So straight away I can say from this equation lambda is equals to 36. This is another procedure. Okay. If they ask lambda, you can solve it in two ways. Straight away from K. Okay. Suppose if you get the values of nodes and the positions of nodes and antinodes, from there also you can say what is the wavelength. Okay. And I no need to say what will be the frequency. That I think you can calculate from frequency is equals to omega by 2 pi. Why? Because omega is equal to 2 pi. From there you can say the answer. Okay, that will be easy, you can solve it, no problem. So at what times actually these nodes or antinodes are formed? If they ask, simple. In the given equation, y is equals to, if you come to example, 4 sine pi x by 15 and cos 96 by t in this equation. The antinode is formed here means the displacement is exactly equals to plus or minus 2a. Means this part is plus or minus 2. Okay. This part y is plus or minus 2a means only this part should be equal to plus or minus 2a. Then what about the other parts are? If you ask,
equal to 1.
Simple logic. That should be equal to 1. Not plus or minus 1. Keep in mind. That is 1.
Just 1.
Just 1. Means you can write here cos 96 pi t is equals to 1. Okay. Means simply what I am saying, cos omega t equals to 1. Cos omega t equals to 1 means omega t should be cos equals to 1.
Pi by 2. 0 sir, 0 sir.
Yeah. Cos 0.
Omega t equal to 0, t equal to 0.
Still 0.
Omega pi, 2 pi and so on.
If you take pi, you will get minus 1. So I need only plus 1 here.
2 pi sir. 0, 2 pi, 4 pi.
Yeah. This is n pi or 2n pi?
2 pi, 2n pi.
Right. So the condition here should be 2n pi. Okay. So if you use this condition for my numerical, it is the formula. Okay. So here omega is 96 pi. So 96 pi t is equals to 2n pi. Then pi can t is equals
1 by 4. Pi by 1 by 48.
N by 48 is the times are. If you put n is equals to 0, 0. Next, if you put n is equals to 1, 1 by 48, 2 by 48, 3 by 48, and so on. Okay. So here, these waves are formed actually. Means the wave propagates. The antinodes are formed at here after time of 0, after time of 1 by 48. If you write, I think further you can't see the propagation of the wave. Why? Because the time here is crossed 1 by 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now it is becoming, see here from here, 1 by, this is 24 now. 1 by 24 is actually greater than 1 by 30. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
1 by 48? Less than?
It's less than 1 by 30.
That's why till here it is the condition for stationary wave. Further, here you can see the propagation of the wave. Okay? This is the condition to see the stationary wave and propagation of the wave. Right? So, here in the stretched string, okay, At least to create between node and node one loop, okay, like this. One, this is the minimum condition where you have to plug the string. Okay, you are plugging means keep in mind when you plug this wire down with your hand, then it tries to come down like this. When you stretch this one, plug. Come down means this position should be anti-node or node.
Antenna.
That's why here you have to plug at a position of the anti-node from one end. Okay. So what will be the minimum distance from left end here? All the times we take here left end as x is equals to 0. Now that is better. Okay. So at what distance if the length of the string is L, means here x is equals to L.
L by 2, sir.
Yeah. So to form your main condition, to form just one loop in the stretched string between two rigid supports, in this case, okay, wire should be plugged at a distance of x is equals to, you told that here. Okay, right? So first we try to complete when one loop, what happens? Okay, we try to complete. So first point, it is plugged at what distance? Over x is equals to L by 2. One loop is formed means length of one loop, even in solving numericals also, we take it as length of one loop is equals to lambda by 2. Correct, Anna? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. Length of one loop is equals to lambda. Here that one loop is formed in a length of L from
L.
so this should be equals to L. L is equals to lambda by 2.
Lambda by 2.
Then if they ask what will be the wavelength, that is equals to, we write 2L. Second point. Okay. Since it is stretched under some tension, obviously that is placed horizontally where T is constant and mu is constant. I think no need to say its velocity is constant. According to the formula, V is equals to root of T by 2. I think you remember. Okay. So V is constant. If velocity is constant, then what will be the frequency of vibration? If I ask, according to the formula, V is equals to
Equal to mu lambda.
then mu is equals to, I can write V by lambda.
V by lambda.
Which is equals to
V is
by
constant.
V is constant. I can
1 by 2.
Yeah. So mu is equal
1 by lambda 1. 1 by lambda 1 is 1 by lambda 2. Frequency 1 by frequency 2 is.
that frequency is equals to 1 by 2L into V. V is root of T by mu pieces. Okay. So with one loop, I got this is the frequency. It is the wavelength. Okay. And here it is the plugging distance. These points we have to note down. Okay, Nana? And that first possible frequency I got, which is V by 2L, is called as fundamental frequency. For any vibrating string or musical instrument while vibrating, there will be some fundamental frequency. Fundamental means minimum frequency with which it vibrates. That fundamental frequency is nothing but the minimum frequency, mu minimum, with which it can vibrate. That's what I told. It can vibrate at minimum one loop only, not half loop or 1/4 loop. Why? Because okay. That's why fundamental frequency V by 2N, right? Over. And then suppose if it vibrates with 2 loops like this. Okay. Two loops now between two digits, suppose. What will be the minimum distance at which you are plugging from left end? Okay. If they ask From the previous knowledge, I say the wire should be plucked at the antinode. Okay, here two antinodes are formed now. That's why you may pluck at this point at the position of antinode or at this point on the strip. Anywhere you can pluck or there. Okay, so that length from here means I think you can say two loops means till here the length is L by 2. Okay, that is length of one loop. And here I am asking the distance of antinode. Antinode means in this exactly half from node.
L by 4.
So first point, it is plucked at a distance of minimum at a distance of x minimum is equals to L by 4. Okay, and here length of one loop I got there L by 2. Okay, length of one loop means lambda by 2 now. Generally, length of one loop is lambda by 2. That lambda by 2 I got L by 2. So lambda is equals to L by cancelling 2. Or else you can write it as 2L by 2. Both are one and the same. Okay, that is the wavelength. But look at here, compared to the first wavelength, that is made half.
Okay, sir, it's decreasing.
Wavelength is decreasing means it should be the maximum wavelength. Okay, so in the stretched string, while plucking the string, what is the maximum wavelength formed?
2L.
Lambda max, you can remember it as like a formula 2L. Okay, right. So later on it is going down, the wavelength is decreasing. And then if I ask the frequency is equals to V by lambda. That is V by lambda is L nana. Okay. If you want to compare with the first, again I write here V by lambda is 2L by 2. Okay. Nothing but here this is 2 by 2L into root of V is T by U. This is the second frequency what we got with the two loops. So you try to follow simple. Can I mute while you're okay. So here, if you, I think you observe one logic to write the next frequencies. If I get one loop, I got here L by 2. And for two loops, I got L by 4. Means it is appeared like L by 2 into 2. Whereas for one loop, it is appeared like L by 2 into 1. Okay. For n number of loops. Suppose for n loops are formed in the string. For n loops, plucking distance, you can write one formula here. From left end, x minimum is equals to, my shortcut formula is L by 2 into n number of loops means into n. That is one shortcut formula, L by 2n. Okay. So here no need to remember, I think for one loop at what distance he plucked, two loops at what distance he plucked. L by 2, L by 4, no need to remember. Straight away, if you remember L by 2n, how many number of loops are formed, we see and directly we say the answer. Okay, that is one model. And second one here, wavelength. Okay, what will be the wavelength of the string? Okay, for that also we are trying to write the shortcut. I think you can say here, for one loop, we got 2L by 1. Two loops, 2L by 2. So for n loops, you can say
2L by n.
Yeah, wavelength lambda, okay, equals to, means for n loops we are writing all the points now. First point, and it is the second point, lambda is equals to, for n loops I can write it as lambda n is equals to 2L by n. So second point is also over here. And the frequency, if you see there, for one loop I got 1V by 2L now. For two loops I got
n by 12 into root t by mu.
right, or else NV by 2L. Right. So frequency for n loops is equals to, I can write from that NV by 2L, and that what you told, n by 2L into root of t by mu. Yeah, you are right. Okay. But here, when you come to musical terms, Nana, means in case of musical instruments, these things, first one is called as first harmonic, second frequency is called as second harmonic, nth frequency they call it as nth harmonic. They call in terms of harmonics now. So musical word here we use is harmonics. Okay. Suppose if they ask, example, find the frequency of fourth harmonic. Okay, we can understand that fourth harmonic means four loops to be formed.
2 by L into root t by mu.
Very good. That is 4 by 2L into root of t, which is 2 by L into root of t. Okay. So to identify the harmonics, we use this formula. Okay. But when we come to our physics, we call those frequencies as nu one. The first frequency, which is the minimum frequency what you got, is the fundamental frequency. Already I gave the name. Okay. When you ask the musician, they will call it as first harmonic. If you ask the physics master, I say this is fundamental frequency. Okay. And the second one, what I got, is called as the first overtone. Means in our physics, except the first one, all the remaining frequencies we call them as overtones now. Okay. I think you have to follow one logic. Second one is first overtone. Means third one is second overtone.
Second, Vn equal to n minus 1 overtone.
Yeah. Nth harmonic for them is n minus 1 to overtone for us. Okay, this is n minus 1 to overtone, which is actually called a formula we write n by 2L into root of t by. Here we should not get any confusion now. They try to confuse us. What? Suppose if they ask, find the frequency of fourth overtone.
Nu 3, sir. Nu 3. 3 by 2L into root t by mu.
You confused already. I am saying fourth harmonic is third overtone.
Yes, sir.
Means from harmonics to overtone, if you come, it will be decreased by 1. Okay? Means in reverse, you think third overtone is the fourth harmonic. In the same way, fourth overtone should be
fifth.
Not third, fifth harmonic. Right? So don't get confused, Nana. Fourth overtone means fifth harmonic he is asking. From harmonics to overtones, we decrease number by 1. From overtones to harmonics, we increase the number by 1. Okay. So here, if they ask, like, don't get confused. Okay. And here he is asking fourth overtone means not nu 3, he is asking nu 5. Okay. So you can say the answer now. If you understand this one properly, then straight away you can say, sir, this is fifth harmonic, sir, 5 by 2L into root of t by 2. That is 5V by 2. Simple. Okay. Right. This type of confusion will be there when you come to numericals now. Okay. So don't get confused. The proper order and the reverse order, both. Okay, now. And then they may ask, what will be the ratio of the successive frequencies? Ratio of successive frequencies means nu1 is to nu2 is to nu3 is to so on, how much, if they ask. Okay, that is very simple. You can say nu1 we got 1V by 2L1. Second one we got 2V by 2L. Means there is a common ratio if you see properly. V by 2L is the common ratio. Okay, first frequency we got V.
1:2:3 and so on.
That's it. That's it. It is the ratio of natural numbers. 1:2:3 so on. Okay, and here I think don't get confused, Nana. Suppose if I ask, what will be the difference between any two successive frequencies? I'm not saying between nu1 and nu2, nu2 and nu3, any two successive frequencies. What will be the difference in frequencies? Like nu2 minus nu1, they are successive. Or nu3 minus nu2, they are successive. Or nu n minus nu n minus 1. Anyone, any two successive frequencies. The difference will be how much? If they ask, I think you can say the answer. Nu2 is, from this formula, 2 by 2L into V minus nu1 is 1V by 2L.
V by L.
V by 2L.
Yes, sir, V by 2L.
Right. Delta nu is V by 2L between any two successive frequencies. Okay. Even though they ask in exam, what is the difference between 11th harmonic and 10th harmonic? They should be
V by 2L.
Same, V by 2L, any two successive. Okay, right. This is one more formula.
Sir, ఈ రోజు ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటే PDF పెట్టండి సార్ చేస్తాను.